Economics is about scarcity. We want to answer three questions: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. We assumed that there were just two goods that we could produce. I'll try and stick with the same examples. It was pizza versus cola. If we use all our resources to produce pizza, we would produce no cola. If we use all our resources to produce cola, we would produce no pizza. So we have two extremes in terms of the amount of cola and amount of pizza we can produce. We can't produce infinite quantities of either because resources are limited, resources are finite. Now, connecting the two extremes would give us the production possibility curve, production possibility frontier. It can be a straight line, but it's more realistically actually concave to the origin. The reason it's concave is because not all resources are equally adaptable to the production of both goods, both products. Some goods are really good at making cola. Some resources are really good at making cola. Some resources are really good at making pizza. So the production possibilities curve, production possibilities frontier ends up having this curved shape. If I start off only making cola and I want to start making some pizza, I would take away the resources that are not as productive in making cola, but they're quite productive at making pizza. So the gain in pizza is very large, but the loss in cola is very small. If I'm only making pizza at the moment and I want to start making cola, I'll take away whatever resource is not productive in making pizza, but is very productive in making cola. So the production possibilities tends to be quite steep towards the x-axis. So it starts off very flat and ends up very steep. It is called the law of increasing opportunity cost. As you move from left to right, the opportunity cost begins to increase. If the resources were equally adaptable to making both goods, then the production possibilities would have been a nice straight line. But because resources aren't equally adaptable to making both products, the production possibilities ends up having a concave shape. It's called the law of increasing opportunity cost. Now, we use that, don't worry, you won't have 6 graphs. We use that to construct our marginal cost curve. Now, assuming that there are only two goods, let's construct the cost of producing pizza in terms of cola. As you move from left to right, the marginal cost of producing pizza begins to increase. I have to sacrifice more and more cola to increase the production of pizza. Every single point on the production possibilities curve is productively efficient, but not every single point is allocatively efficient. So if I'm on the production possibilities curve, I am utilizing all of my resources, but I may not be producing exactly what society wants. Every single point is a possibility. Our aim is now to find which point the society actually wants. For that, you compare the marginal cost to the marginal benefits. In this, you're measuring marginal benefit, you're measuring marginal cost in terms of the other good that is being produced. Marginal benefit is always decreasing. The first slice of pizza gives you a lot of extra happiness. You're hungry, so you eat the first slice, you gain a lot of happiness. The second one, well, you've already had one slice to eat, so the second one's marginal benefit is not as great as the first one. So the marginal benefit curve is downward sloping. That is the law of diminishing marginal utility. So marginal cost is upward sloping, law of increasing opportunity cost. Marginal benefit is downward sloping, law of diminishing marginal utility. And where the marginal benefits and the marginal cost are equal, we call that allocative efficiency. That is the amount of pizza that is optimum for society to produce. Now, like I said, every single point on the production possibilities is possible. We can't choose every single point, we must choose only one. A movement from point to point, we will sacrifice one good for the other. Now our decision is which point does society actually want. You compare the marginal benefit to the marginal cost, and so we should be producing on that point of the PPF. Do you guys call it PPF or PPC? I forget. PPF. Production Possibility Frontier. Now, when you're producing at the allocatively efficient point, you are maximizing the total surplus for society as a whole. The difference between the marginal benefit, how much society places value on it, compared to the marginal cost, what is the cost of producing it, the allocative efficient point maximizes the total surplus.